Just how many grooming gangs have we got in London?
To avoid any misunderstanding, can she define what she means by that?
Yes, if you look at what's gone on in Rotherham, where there are people taking young girls, grooming them for sex, that is what I'm talking about.
We know in London there are issues about exploitation of young people, but they're not as defined by the member in her definition of what those types of gangs are.
Failure is rewarded. Corruption is expected. Betrayal of Brits is a daily occurrence. No one sums up that sort of climate of leadership in Britain today than London's failed mayor, Sadiq Khan. Because our leaders shame us on a daily basis, but none more so than Khan, a pig of a man who stokes division to cling to power, denying simple truths that are resulting in the destruction of what was once the world's biggest city. The cover-up of the grooming gang scandal, which he refused to even acknowledge exists, is a new low. It damns thousands, potentially tens of thousands of victims to a total lack of accountability. But how was he punished? How was Khan punished? Oh, that's right. He received a knighthood this month from the equally disgusting Slippery Starmer, a tone-deaf, evil shell of a prime minister who today ruled out an early election and vowed to stay in power for 10 years. Seriously, folks, if we have 10 years of this, there is no United Kingdom. But I want to speak specifically about Khan today, because watch him being questioned this week by the former Conservative London mayoral candidate Susan Hall on the issue that Elon Musk quite rightly brought to the world's attention.
I asked you this question last week and you found every which way but not to answer it. Just how many grooming gangs have we got in London?
To avoid any misunderstanding, can she define what she means by that?
Yes, if you look at what's gone on in Rotherham, where there are people taking young girls, grooming them for sex, that is what I'm talking about.
We know in London there are issues about exploitation of young people, but they're not as defined by the member in her definition of what those types of gangs are.
So are you saying we haven't got the same sort of gangs that are in Rotherham, Bradford and lots of other places in the country?
Just for you to misunderstanding, what does she mean by that?
You know full well what I mean by that. It's all over the television. You know exactly what I mean by that. These gangs of people that are grooming young girls for sex. Do we actually have those in London?
Today, I'm unclear, Chair, what is meant by the question. If you could spell it out, I can answer.
I've just spelt it out. Are you not listening? It's the sort of gangs that groom young girls at a young age for sex. Exactly how much clearer do you want me to be?
What a pig! Khan is a pig. And I like Susan Hall a lot. I actually think London would have been saved if she had become mayor. I would say, however, though, Susan should have just put it to him bluntly. What I'm talking about is the Pakistani Muslim rape gangs. But the thing is, Khan has been using his Muslim religion to avoid answering questions on these gangs for years. Look at this from David Curtin in 2020.
These have obviously been found in many, many other cities and towns around the country, but there hasn't been much of many prosecutions happened in London. But, obviously, as the police commissioner for Northumberland said, this is happening anywhere, and the only reason why it's not being found is that people aren't looking. Are you looking in London for grooming gangs in London in order to prosecute people? Because if it's going on in cities like Oxford and Bristol and Peterborough and Aylesbury, smaller places, it's surely going on in London as well on a large scale.
Can I just be clear, Chair? Is the inference that because of my faith or my ethnic origin,
I'm not seeking to follow these crimes.
No, I'm asking you because you're the Police and Crime Commissioner.
Assembly Member Curtin, I think you're pretty much drifting now onto drifting off the subject itself. So can I just ask you to stick to the topic and ask a relevant question, please?
Well, Chair. I mean, I was originally asking about Black Lives Matter, and then the Mayor started talking about slavery, and the questioning is developed.
Yeah, but you're still going off the tangent now. So can you please be cautious about that and not ask?
Okay. Well, Chair, if you want to disallow my question, that's your prerogative.
Well, I will use that then. Thank you very much. I'm going to move on now to the questions to the Mayor on the priority order. The first question is number 1754.
That's it. They moved on. So while it's absolutely spectacular that Musk did bring this issue to the wider world, just know that there have been lots of people like David Curtin attempting to hold those in power to account for years. Khan is a disgrace, though. He's actually worse than Trudeau and Ardern. He's the reason the West is suffering. But is there help at hand? Anti-woke former SAS man turned TV star Ant Middleton has been teasing becoming Reform UK's mayoral candidate. After watching that video, he posted on X, the corruption and cover-ups seem deeply embedded. It's a good job that I've operated in rat runs and with NVGs, I think the night vision goggles, by the way, on, because once I take on this colossal task, I know it will get deeper, darker, and more dangerous with every step I take. It is clearly evident what is going on. I am more prepared than anyone. I am standing by. I think it'd be great. For the moment, though, Reform are attempting to call out the lawless capital while Khan continues to play schoolboy politics. Watch.
The year's only just begun, and already we've seen at least 9 major stabbing incidents on our streets. On the 1st of January, 25-year-old man stabbed on Oxford Street. 5th of January, double stabbing on Kilburn High Road. 6th of January, 18-year-old man stabbed on Prince Imperial Road. 7th of January, we know the tragic murder of Kellyanne Bokassa, stabbed in broad daylight on a bus. Also, 7th of January, reports of stabbing in Mile End. 11th of January, stabbing and 2 shootings in Homerton. 13th of January, father of 2, Gregory Castillo Volquez, stabbed to death in Haringey. And on the 14th of January, stabbing outside City and Islington College and also on Ilford High Road. My team has been working on a budget amendment where we would like to fund almost 1,000 police officers to deliver a targeted knife crime task force. And the way we do this is reduce the cost of your staff budget back to 2016 levels. That would give us the funding to do this. Now, obviously, I can't table that as a budget amendment on my own. I need support from other groups. Would you encourage members of other groups, perhaps your own group in the Labour Party, perhaps the Conservatives, perhaps anybody, to second that amendment so that it can be discussed and debated in full next week at the budget meeting?
As a rule of thumb, I never encourage anyone to work with Reform.
That's a clear no. So this is a really important issue, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, the figures quoted in the police and crime plan show that 70% of Londoners rank tackling knife and gun crime as one of their top priorities for London. You talked about cross-party working. I think that's it's a question of priorities. You've shown what your priority is. I'm showing what my priority is. I really, really hope that other members present, perhaps will have a more constructive conversation with me. Thank you.
He doesn't give a damn. Khan doesn't give a damn about your son, your daughter, your husband, your wife being stabbed in the street. He doesn't give a damn because he just plays politics. That video proves it. Today's guest, Rob Moore, the businessman and host of the brilliant Disruptors podcast, perfectly summed up the decline of London this week. Writing, having lived near London my whole life, I'm shocked and saddened how it has fallen. I was in Costa, and a homeless person came in and literally scooped all the sandwiches and nicked them in front of everyone. I asked the server what they were going to do about it, and they said, we are told to do nothing. If we all do nothing, we will lose our capital city. 15,000 stabbings, knife incidents, and 52,000 phones stolen last year in London. conviction rate for theft at 3%, which basically makes theft legal. Yet we're paying some of the highest taxes in the UK we've ever paid. Let me bring in Rob now for today's Uncancelled Interview. But first, this episode of Outspoken is brought to you by Manscaped, the global leader in men's lifestyle and grooming. Every man knows the unbeatable feeling of a fresh barbershop shave. But what if I told you that you no longer have to wait weeks or even months between appointments to experience it? Introducing Manscaped's newest innovation, the Chairman Pro Electric Foil Shaver, a game-changing tool that brings the luxury of a professional shave right into your home, whether you're after that daily silky smooth finish or prefer to maintain a rugged 5 o'clock shadow. The Chairman Pro Electric Foil is your go-to for precision and style every time. After so many shaving mishaps in my past, Manscaped, let me tell you, it's improved my grooming routine no end, and critically, also my confidence. The Chairman Pro is versatile, it has precision, it comes with 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. You have the skin-safe 4-blade foil for that close, smooth shave when you're looking to go completely clean. And if a clean shave isn't your style, that's okay. Do what I do. Switch to the skin-safe stubble trimmer to keep your stubble looking sharp and polished. Both heads designed with skin-safe technology. It's also got Flex Adjust technology, ensuring a superior shave by allowing both blades and the pivoting head to seamlessly adapt to the unique contours of your face, meaning it's gentle on the neck area. It's also got a precision lock and, check this out, waterproof. Just a quick rinse under the sink and you're all set. Or you can even shave in the shower. So get the Chairman Pro today and experience a shave that is as smooth as you deserve. Head on over to manscaped.com and join the over 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by using the code Outspoken for free shipping and 20% off. Let me repeat that, www.manscaped.com, using the code Outspoken for free shipping and a whopping 20% discount on your entire order. You can just click on the link in the show notes on YouTube or Rumble. But now, back to the show. Rob Moore, so brilliant to have you. I was really struck by your post on X regarding London because it is completely true. And then you see Khan being questioned there, firstly, not even being prepared to acknowledge that grooming gangs even exist. Just plain dumb, as if he thinks that that sort of crime is not going on in London, which I can tell you it is. But when it comes to the stabbings and the knife crimes and working with Reform UK, he just says, no, not interested.
I don't even know where to start. At first, I felt angry watching that, and then I just felt deeply sad. And like you said, what if that's your son? And I have so many friends who have been mugged in London. And I just came back from Dubai, where there's no litter, there's not one homeless person. You can't even see a policeman or woman. You don't even need to see them. And you're told you can leave your expensive watch, your laptop anywhere. You could leave it for 2 days and come back and it's there. Your children can run and play and they are safe. And I think a lot of the world, look at what Elon Musk is doing. A lot of the world are looking at London, which everyone acknowledges was the greatest nation for so many things, you know, almost a nation in its own right. And every part of it is falling. And I'm really sad, Dan. I'm really sad. I am.
For very good reason. What do you think about Ant Middleton? Could he be the man to actually take on Khan? This isn't confirmed. But remember, he spoke at the Reform UK conference. He was given one of the headline slots. So that is a clear suggestion that Farage is seriously looking at him. On X, he's not hiding his ambitions to do the job. And I do wonder if he's the sort of celebrity who could cut through and finally become the first person since Boris Johnson, actually, to beat him.
Well, if you think about it, what kind of person might you want to lead a city which is rife with crime? Someone ex-military. Look, the game changed when Donald Trump came in for his first term, because our disbelief at anyone other than a politician being able to lead a nation was suspended. And isn't it ironic, Dan, that now we've got all these strong males coming out, like Ant Middleton and like Andrew Tate, whether you like them or not, which is a reaction to having no strong masculine leadership in our state or our nation for decades. So look, I personally know Ant. I don't know of his political credentials. We mustn't forget that, you know, you need some level of knowledge in politics, maybe. But he's a strong male with a military background, and we do not have safety anymore in this country. And my children and your children, they're not safe. And that is the foundation and the fundamental of being able to live. So, look, I'm a supporter of reform. I probably would take Ant Middleton very seriously.
Yeah, I would too. The thing is, Rob, I don't think we need people in politics anymore, being totally honest with you. I think the issue with people in politics is they are part of the establishment, and the only way that the British deep state, and I know this is something that you speak about regularly on your show, will be defeated if there are true outsiders who are prepared to do that job. So personally, I think we need a Trump. We need a British version of Trump. Now, maybe it's Farage, maybe it's Andrew Tate, we'll talk about him later, maybe it's Ant Middleton, but I don't want professional politicians anymore. I think professional politicians on the whole are corrupted.
Yeah. So I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. And if we take the basics of our nation, it's the economy, because the NHS can't work without money and being run well. The police can't work without money and being run well. And politicians, most of them, aren't entrepreneurs. No one in senior positions in Labour has even run a business, and an economy is a business. So we've got no one who's ever run a business in this like clown show of trying to run our nation's business. So I agree with you that the current system needs disrupting. And of course, we've had this two-party system and this first past the post system forever, which, you know, the deep state likes to cling on to because it's anti-competition. You have anti-competition laws in business, which means if companies get too big and too controlled, they can be broken up. There should be anti-competition laws in politics. In America, you can run for being a president and not necessarily be blocked. And I think we need more disruption in politics in the UK. I think I agree with you, Dan. I still feel like maybe some political experience could be useful, you know, knowing how the political system really works properly, knowing how to, you know, get new legislation through. Would Andrew Tate or Ant Middleton know how to do that? But why can't we have a board of all the best UK entrepreneurs? We've exiled them all. You know, none of them live here anymore. They've all been exiled. Why don't we bring them all back, get them to pay a bit of tax, have this board of all these best entrepreneurs in the world, in the UK, and start by fixing the economy?
Great idea, Rob. I hope they're listening to you. But if it's Starmer, I highly doubt he will do that. Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.